Yo, what's up, people? Lot of drop in the market recently. Lot of bearish action happening, especially in the crypto market. Look at Bitcoin, what is happening? Huge drop. Just take a look at this. This is more than 10% drop in the last 2 days. 4-hour RSI sitting at 9.44. So, extreme bearish action. So, I will just try to go long from here just till the moving averages, and then we will see how this trade goes. So yeah, extreme bearish action currently happening on the Nasdaq and the crypto market. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other stuff, which is I want to take a look at oil first, because again we are seeing quite the bearish action happening on oil. So a lot of times I have mentioned that above $80 is the area of extreme rejection, and you can see over here since December, even November, you can see a lot of rejection above $80, and that is why we are continuously facing rejection. And now again, this is 74.94 is the price today. So yes, we are starting to reach the buy zone. I think probably below 74, around 74 is the area from where we might see some nice buying action develop on the US oil. Let's take a look at gold also. Again, gold trying to pick up after the drop and bounce from 805, facing resistance at the 200 moving average, currently sitting at 1836. So again, gold is trying to hold this level, which is nice. It is trying to go up to test the moving averages. So this is a nice development for gold. Let's take a look at Tesla, because again recently saw a lot of drop on Tesla, and looks like we are not able to hold the $180 mark. Next stop is sitting at 165. 4-hour RSI is sitting at 31. So yes, further drop is possible on the Tesla stock. Again, overall you can see that we are seeing this sort of action, which is an inverse head and shoulder trying to form on the Tesla stock. So hopefully we will see this convert into, or we will see the continuation of this bullish pattern, and 215 and 225, these two are the main targets for Tesla. So overall, yes, markets are currently bearish, and market is struggling given that lot of FUD is there, around 0.5% interest rate increase. And as you can see, Tesla is showing that we saw over here the rejection from the 200 moving average, really struggled over here, not able to cross this, and final drop came from here. Now we are at 172. Support is looking at around 165. Also, if we try to drop the fib levels, and let's see what is happening on Tesla. So the 0.382 level was sitting at 183, and we were not able to hold this level, and we are seeing a drop from here. So that is overall not good for the market. Let's go back to our Bitcoin. So we are seeing some positive development, not positive development, but we are seeing a short-term bounce. This is the 1-minute chart. Not trying to be too aggressive, just trying to target the moving average over here. And let's go back to oil also. Maybe there is a chance for a trade on oil. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. Okay, so now we are in the middle of this, so probably I'll wait. Either we go up into the moving averages and maybe get a short over there, or we reject from here, make a lower low. Maybe somewhere around here is where we can think of going long. So let's keep this open for now, and we'll observe what the chart is doing. But yes, our Bitcoin long is open right now. Meanwhile, let's just take a look at the Nasdaq 100 dropping below 12,000. It is extremely important to hold 12,000. But overall, this was a bull flag, and the second time market tried to bounce out of there. Look at this, first tried over here, failed, trying second time, and now we are coming back to retest this. So actually, if we see a bounce from here, this can turn out to be very good, because technically this will be a breakout of the bull flag, and we will again try to test maybe 12,300, 400, somewhere around that range. So that is the patterns which are developing on Nasdaq 100. Talking about S&P 500. So once again, even the S&P 500, look at what is happening. This was a long-term channel, and since December 2021, look at this drop. Market pumped out of this, came back to retest, again bounced. Another retest is happening right now, and if I zoom in, as you can see, the price is making a lower low, but look at the RSI, almost flat. So there is some small bullish divergence that is trying to form over here. If we are able to hold above 3900, that is. So if that happens, yes, there can be a bounce towards the moving averages, which are sitting at 3975. So these are the two major indexes, and we have seen some of the key levels that can come into play. For the Nasdaq, yeah, if we continue this drop, then you can see that 11,895 is available with the moving averages. Next important level will actually be 11,500. That is the area, psychological area, and probably we'll see some support develop there if the news today is negative, because as you know, today is news event, so have to be careful about that. Again, we are seeing Bitcoin is really struggling. Let's quickly look at Ethereum also, because that is the second biggest coin we have. We are at one of the support levels at 1375. Now we can see that the RSI on the 4-hour chart has gone to 11.84, and it's not very frequent that we see 11.84. Last time we saw was in November when the FTX thing happened, and we went down to around $1,000. So again, you can see RSI is 1188. So yes, a lot of drop has happened. A lot of fear is there in the market, and generally these are the times when you have to think about going long. You have to do opposite of what the market is doing. But other than this, if yes, market is not able to hold this level of 1375, the next area of interest is somewhere around 1250. So have to be careful. If we're not able to hold this, the next stop is 1250. If we see a bounce from here on Ethereum, the next stop is around 1450, 1450, 1475. And if the pump is really good, the red moving average, which is 200 moving average, sitting at 1540, that can be one of the target areas for Ethereum. But overall, you can see extremely bearish action. At the end of February, I posted on YouTube also that the bear pattern is forming, which is doji star candle on the monthly chart, and that is the reason why we might see a big drop in March. And look at what is happening now. Overall, if we look at this just on Ethereum, from here to here is 20% drop. So yes, that doji star candle on the monthly chart was the reason of this drop. So yes, our long is still in the green, but not very convincing action. The problem is it might just get rejected from here, but let's see. This is the long on Bitcoin. Waiting for oil, either we go up to this area and try to reject from here, then yes, maybe we can think of a short position. If not, I would rather wait for something of this sort where the price is making a lower low, but my RSI would be giving me a higher low. So some bullish divergence form on the 1-minute chart, and then might try to go long here, again try to target this region. But for that we have to wait. I never try to take trades in the middle of things. I would rather wait for price to hit this area, or we come down to this area, and then we will see which trade we have to take. But for now, we just have to observe the US oil chart. But yes, Bitcoin, we are long. Actually, we were just a bit late. Otherwise, we would have opened somewhere around here, which would have been a much better long. but it's fine. Let's see how price reacts. And other than this, let's talk about the dollar index, because that is a major factor. Let's go to the dollar index over here for our chart, and this is actually interesting. So last week talked about this double bottom, all the moving averages, bounce is expected. So once the bounce happened, look at what is happening now. We are forming a bull flag on the DXY. So this is extremely important. Why? It can bounce out of this and first try to test 105.8, and if I zoom out, look at this area here. This is 107.2. If there's a full pump towards 107.2, then you can imagine the Nasdaq will be at 11,500 or maybe even lower. Bitcoin maybe 17,000. So this is something very important. We have to be very careful of this. And with dollar index, let's take a look at the VIX also, because this is again important. Very bullish action. Look at this big candle. However, again, I have been talking about this many times before. This red line, which is the 200 moving average, if you look from November onwards, we are facing rejections from the 200 moving average, and look at what is happening. We are testing again. However, this time, yes, I can see that the pump is a bit strong, so maybe a little bit upside first and then try to drop from there. But we have to keep an eye on this, because as you know, VIX index, if it keeps going up, your US stock markets will keep going down. So have to keep an eye on this. But overall, yes, still facing some rejection at the 200 moving average. We have to wait and see when the market opens, that how does this scenario play out. Yes, Bitcoin a little bit in profit. How much this is? $43. So waiting now. Would have been better if we would have jumped on this earlier, but I just started the live after this action happened and I straight away opened the long. Let's go back to oil. Yes, we are seeing some rejection here. Again, like I said, waiting for the lower low to form on US oil. Then we might jump into a long position. So as you can see, a lot of drop is there, especially in the crypto market. Let's go to the total market cap. So did you guys buy anything, or you are just waiting for the news event, which is in roughly 2 hours, which is the NFP and the unemployment data? Of course, that is a very important metric for the US economy. So 881 billion is where we are right now, and this is one of the last areas for volume support. Look at this. After that, you can see on the right side, gap is there. So if there's a further drop, price will drop straight away to this level of around 800, 825, because volume support is not available. And this is also evidenced by, look at the move in this price range. Look at this very large move, again very large drop. So price does not stop whenever there are volume gaps. Let's see how much drop this would be if we are talking about 820. Another 6.8% drop possible in the crypto market. So if we take roughly 10% off current price, so Bitcoin around 18,000, 18,500 is possible if we see this drop. But again, like we saw on the Bitcoin chart, for our RSI sitting at 11.24. Last time we saw this was in November, and before that this was in August 2022. So quite a lot of correction has actually happened. Now it is just market is waiting for the news events, and then it will decide how it wants to react. Let's quickly jump over to some forex. Euro USD, again testing the 200 moving average in red over here, and we saw this pattern, M pattern form over here, and we are seeing this drop. So yes, let's see if we are able to hold above this level of 105.2. that is important for resistance. 1.066 is the area, which is this purple moving average. Let's take a look at the GBP USD, similar action. We saw quite the drop, and now we are trying to test the moving averages. If we are not able to hold this level of 1.18 roughly, the next stop we are talking somewhere around 1.16. 1.158. Now let's take a look at silver also. This is actually interesting because a lot of correction has been seen on silver. If I go to the daily chart for silver, look at what is happening. A lot of correction. Look at the price making a lower low, very sharp lower low, but the RSI is making a higher low. So some bullish divergence is forming now, and look at all of this action here. Roughly $20. This is the area 20.1 where the current price is. With this level of RSI, quite the chance that we might see a bounce from here, at least towards this moving averages here, which are sitting at roughly $22. So almost 10% upside is possible. If we fail from here, then yes, we are looking towards roughly 18.5 on silver. But again, you can see quite sharp drop happened on silver, and now price is trying to hold above 20. So let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin again struggling, not showing much movement. We just have to wait and see. Let's take a look at oil pumping again, trying to go back towards moving averages. Overall on this minute chart, we can see that this bear flag is forming, and if we see a breakdown of this, then yes, again would like to target somewhere around here for a long position. Let's take a look at Apple also, of course, because Apple is the largest stock in the US stock market, and we can see some action. Let me put a line over here. Actually, at the current price is interesting to see. Not this line, let's put this line. Yeah, so this green line, look at this bounce here, then this was converted into resistance, dropped, a lot of action here. Again in this area we saw action. Now, again price is here. This is $150. Of course, being a psychological number, this is an important level, and again we can see what is happening is very similar to the US stock market. We are in this long-term downtrend, and fake out happened here, and now again we are trying to test from here. So it is important to hold above, which is this moving average is available here at 145. So a retest of 145 and a bounce from here can actually be technically very strong. So I have to keep an eye that if we are going towards 145 or not. So that is Apple. Let's go back to the US oil. Nothing changing. Bitcoin, we are seeing another drop. Now price is trying to get stuck between this pennant pattern. So maybe in the next few minutes, maybe next 15-20 minutes, we might see a move towards, this is a pennant pattern, so of course it can go up any side. But yeah, we have our long currently open. Let's take a look at gold on the 1 minute. Nothing much. Silver also. Okay, this can be a short over here. Let's try. Short position, target the moving averages. Risk to reward somewhere around here. 1.6 is fine. Let's see now that if we are able to see some drop happen over here or not. Let's jump back to Bitcoin. Yep, nothing much. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's take a look at the fear and greed index. 33 points. Just 2 weeks back, I think we were in extreme greed. Look at this. So we are seeing a nice drop happen now. So it is possible that in the short term we might see extreme fear level, especially today. If the news event is not favorable for the market, then yes, we can see extreme greed. Once again, these are the type of times when you have to forget about the mainstream media and look at the charts independently and make a decision, because generally when everyone is fearful, that is the time you want to go long. But let's see, today 5:30 p.m. is not that far away. So overall, this is the situation in the market. Let's go back to gold. 1 minute chart. So yeah, today's the last trading day, and I hope you find this analysis helpful. Once again, you can see the volatility in the market. If you are actively trading, please consider using proper risk management. Otherwise, you will get liquidated very quickly. And hopefully, I will see you guys next time. Until then,